Hello, my name is Chris Trepp. I am the IT manager in the Aptara Boston office, and I will be showing you how to use Effort Tracker. Go to the Sys login link, forecasting.aptaracorp.com, and log in with your username and password. You can click on any fiscal year. It doesn't matter because you can only enter time for the previous 2 weeks and 2 weeks into the future. So it doesn't matter. Managers have access to pending for approval and reports. Everyone else only has access to timesheet and self-tracker. All anyone should be using is timesheet and self-tracker at this time. To enter your time, click on timesheet. In a perfect world, you would enter your time every day at the end of the day. Here I show what I had entered earlier today, and that's what comes up if you've entered something recently. I didn't want that there, so I'm deleting it. Each time you delete or save an entry, it takes a minute for Effort Tracker to refresh and bring you back to where you were. I prefer to use Chrome, and the reason for that is because when I go in and select a project or something like that, when I click on here, it shows me above and below. Chrome or Firefox will only show you from here down, and I don't remember what issues I have with Safari, but I prefer to use Chrome. So to enter your time, you can add as many lines as you like. To delete, hit the delete button. It's always going to delete from the bottom unless you've saved entries and you're going back to edit, which I'll show you in a moment. First thing you do is enter the date, then choose the activity. There are a few activities at the top that for some reason they thought would be used most often, so they put them at the top. Everything after that is in alphabetical order. You can simply, from the date window, just hit the tab key and you'll see it highlights the activity. You can start to type in the activity. You can use the arrow keys to scroll up and down. By typing in, it brings you to some point in there, and then you can scroll up and down to where you want to go, or like I say, you can use the arrows, hit return, hit tab to bring you to the next one. We, in the Boston office, work on Pearson projects a lot. Pearson projects begin with PE. All of the PE project codes are in the system. So if we just type in PE, we're at the beginning. If we type in PH, we're at the end, and back up to where our projects are. Now they used a new one called PEA. I'm not sure what that is, but now we can start. We're at the top somewhere. We can type in PEA and then scroll back up. And we'll be at the bottom of we'll be where the most recent Pearson education project codes are. So you pick your project code, enter your hours. The only time you should put anything in the comments is if you're using the overhead code or general code of APT, which stands for Aptara. Then you can leave a comment, but otherwise, please always leave the comments blank. Certain things will always be overhead APT. sick time, vacation time, travel time, anything that's not related to a project would be APT. So now what I do is I'll enter my time by the week because I enter the same thing. So I have the 16th, 17th, and 18th here. 16, 17, and 18. So I'll go ahead and put in 17 and 18. And I tab over. I want to put in workflow and business planning. So there's two ways I can do, or quite a few ways I can do that. If I'm at the top at accounting or select activity, I can click and I can go all the way down to the bottom. Or as you can see, right after workflow and business planning is Xeroxing. So I can just type in a Z for Xeroxing, hit the up arrow a couple of times and hit return. And then tab over to the project code. I always use APT, but whatever project code you use, you can type the first few letters. It will only let you type for a certain amount of time, so it's difficult to type in an entire project code. E00. Yeah, see, I took too much time, and so when I hit 3, it jumped back up to the top. Okay. So the best thing to do is find a project code that's near your project code that you can get to quickly. And then you can scroll, like I said, use the up and down arrows and hit return. Tab, leave the comments empty unless you have a comment. Put in your hours, and then I just keep hitting tab until I get back to activities. You can type in Xerox, go up, turn, tab, APT, tab, tab 8, tab, tab. Let's put in a Pearson project code, so I'll type in PEA. Oops, forgot. We'll do this first, project management. Like I said, the ones that are used most common are at the top, and I think, yeah, project management is the first one, so I'll just type that. Then I'll type in PEA, and let's say I'm project manager on that project, and I'm only working 2 hours on that. So I'm going to add another to add more time to 18th. And let's put in workflow. Now the first one is workflow analysis. If I pause and then type in WO again, it'll take me to the next one in the list. APT. Now that's 6 hours. To save it, you click save and then click OK when it shows it's been recorded successfully. After you've done that, take a minute to refresh. The more entries you have, the longer it'll take to refresh. Once it does refresh, you can make changes. In the left-hand side, you have this index column. If you want to make a change to something, you have to select that box. Make the change, select this box, make this change, and then we'll save it again. And through the same cycle. The reason I say the best practice is to enter your time on a daily basis is because after about 24 hours, it will no longer display your most recent entries. And so it'll operate quicker. If you enter like 12 items, it's going to take a lot longer to refresh. If you want to see times that you've already entered, You can put the dates in here. I'm going to put in next week just to show you. And where I have not entered any time, and I click on find. Whenever you use the find feature, you get no indication other than the blue around the find button that you've actually clicked it working. And here you see I haven't entered any time for that time period. Let's go back to the previous time period where I can edit time. I can only go to edit time. This is the previous pay period. Click on find. And just like before, when it refreshed my entries, it'll show the entries the same way, the box next to the index, where I can select the boxes and make edits. The only thing you cannot edit is the date. If you need to change the date on an entry, the only way to do it is to delete it and add it back in. Here I have, I entered the same thing twice for the 15th, and I actually went in and rejected it. And now I can delete it. I should point out that you cannot delete and save at the same time. You either have to make an edit and click save, or you have to select line and click delete. It's only going to do one or the other. If you need to see what time you've already entered for an extended period of time, I suggest you use Self-Tracker. Self-Tracker is easier. Here you can go back anytime you want. Put in a period. Download. And it will download your time as an Excel sheet. Much quicker than having to wait for Effort Tracker to refresh. So like I said, these are the only two tabs you should use. If you're a project manager, program manager, supervisor, you all have access to those other two tabs, but you're better off just staying away from those. And now as soon as this refreshes, I will log out, and that's it for the training. If you have any questions, you can email me at chris.trepp@aptaracorp.com, or you can call me at 617-423-7755, extension 5342. Thank you.